This video explains American actor Stanley Tucci, musician and TV personality John Tesh's secret to success, and an apology and the more update on Alex Murdaugh and family, and how German masqueraders are flexing their muscles again in America. Hello, friends. This is Unmasked Truth with Harmanjeet Saini, where I provide unique analysis of world events based on the unmasked truth that after surrender, Germany continued World War II clandestinely and became a killing machine. I also provide true news that you will find nowhere else. Now, Stanley Tucci Jr. is an American actor, writer, and producer born on November 11, 1960. He was born in New York of both Italian parents, his mother being a secretary and his father being a high school art teacher. Acting was Tucci's main interest in high school. He began his acting career at a young age, making his film debut in Prizzi's Honor in 1985 and made his debut as a director and writer in 1996 in the comedy Big Night. His biggest grossing film till 2006 was The Devil Wears Prada, in which he collaborated with Meryl Streep. Tucci is also known for his collaborations with Meryl Streep in films such as The Devil Wears Prada. Tucci has had a varied and successful career in film and entertainment. He has won 4 Emmy Awards. Now, Tucci revealed in September 2021 that he contracted oral cancer 3 years earlier in 2018 when a tumor was found at the base of his tongue. He was treated for the cancer, which is now in remission. I have no interest in Tucci's life or his career. The only reason I'm discussing Tucci is to expose how most Italians like him have found success in life in America. Probably sometime early in his life, he met the German masquerader hurdle qualification of murdering a white American adult and or child of non-German descent, most likely cremating them alive in an electric crematorium. Whenever I try to imagine what all the poor innocent victims must have gone through, I lose any feeling of showing mercy and compassion for wicked perpetrators of these horrible crimes. That is how Stanley Tucci should be viewed. His time to pay for his crime should be approaching. John Frank Tesh, born on July 9, 1952, is an American musician as well as a radio and TV show host and a sportscaster on television. He hosts the Intelligence for Your Life radio show. Since 2014, he has hosted Intelligence for Your Life TV show with his wife. But he is more well known as the former host of TV show Entertainment Tonight from 1986 to 1996. Tesh is the winner of 6 Emmys, 4 gold albums, and an award for investigative journalism. Again, just like Tucci, I have no interest in Tesh's life or career, but I am discussing him because of how he gained his fame and fortune. As mentioned earlier, Tesh was co-host of the Entertainment Tonight TV show with Mary Hart from 1986 to 1996, which Mary Hart co-hosted from 1982 to 2011. I think it was in the early 1990s that Tesh mistreated Mary Hart on the show, basically trying to ease her out of the show. Not knowing about the existence of German masqueraders at that time, if one found a co-host trying to push out his co-host from the show with obvious mistreatment, natural tendency was to think that there must be something wrong with the co-host. So I thought there must be something wrong with Mary Hart. But the pieces fell into place when the existence of German masqueraders and their Italian allies began to be discovered beginning in 1995-1996. That's when John Tesh was discovered to be a masquerader and booted out of Entertainment Tonight. John Tesh was diagnosed with cancer 6 years ago, which returned last year during the pandemic, though says he is cancer free now. Because of the times, It goes without saying that John Tesh made his fame and fortune only after he had met the hurdle qualification of murdering an adult and or child of non-German white ancestry. His time to pay for his crime may not be far off. Have you noticed the estimated net worth of Stanley Tucci Jr. around 25 to 30 million, and John Tesh around 30 million, and Britney Spears around 60 million? All three have been very successful in the entertainment industry. Compare to them the net worth of successful actors and male and female musicians is in the hundreds of millions of dollars. The reason should be quite clear. Since masqueraders' full activities were discovered around 2000 to 2001, the earning capacity of these masqueraders has been somewhat curtailed, though masquerader leaders have done whatever they could to help maximize their earnings. However, things may be changing. It seems that there are new people at the head of the German masquerader leadership in the United States, or new people have joined their team and they are now flexing their muscles. They've started aggressively helping their entertainment artists who have met their hurdle qualification to earn more and they have become more active in using threats. There are three indicators of this. The first indication is that they have been successful in changing Britney Spears' situation and eased the terms imposed on her by her conservatorship. It's possible she may start earning more money unless her age prevents her from becoming as active as in the past. The second indication is from the news about Tina Turner. She has sold the rights to her music catalog to the German music company BMG for an estimated $50 million. Of course, the Germans can rely on more than 200 million Germans and German masqueraders in America and around the world, with hundreds of millions more of their allies, to play and listen to Tina Turner's music so that BMG can get an excellent return on its investment. Tina Turner is 81 years old, born on November 26, 1939. One did not get a break in the music world in the United States, particularly black artists in those days, without meeting the masquerader hurdle qualification. So that's precisely what Tina Turner must have done. The third indication of the new masquerader leaders and their allies in the United States flexing their muscles is what they have done, what they have been able to do to my food. One would think some of the largest food multinationals would be able to resist any threats from the masqueraders, but recent examples have proved otherwise. I usually buy Unilever's Lipton brand tea and P&G's, that is Procter and Gamble's Folgers brand coffee. Recently, for the past few years, both companies have been forced with threats to adulterate their products, which produces a strong reaction in my body that has forced me to discontinue using them. Nestle has also been forced to adulterate some of its frozen dinners that I buy, along with Conagra. This is recent flexing of muscle by the masqueraders. It seems even the largest multinational food companies can be easily forced with threats to contaminate their products to harm general health of Americans or even single individuals like me. Now that requires a massive coordination effort right through the chain to produce, transport these contaminated food products to the grocery stores, and then make sure to stock the contaminated products on the store shelves precisely when I come to shop. The masqueraders employed in these companies have no hesitation in obeying orders to contaminate or adulterate the food and then stock it. And the retailers I'm talking about are Walmart, Target, and Publix. All the bread and milk I buy is adulterated with some type of glue which causes severe problems for my digestive system. I simply have not been able to buy good, clean, normal, whole grain bread, milk, and fruits for literally the past 16 to 17 years. The adulterated food has taken a severe toll on my body and health. However, indications are that the masqueraders are not in total control of everything in the United States. They never will be until there is a civil war in the United States and they win that civil war and utterly destroy white Americans of non German descent and their allies, excluding almost all Americans of Italian descent and some others of generally darker color. Evidence is provided by what is happening in the life of the South Carolina attorney Alex Murdaugh and his family. The brazen wickedness of Alex Murdaugh and his family can be gauged from the fact that his son Paul Murdaugh and his friends murdered Mallory Beach in February 2019 in what was palmed off as a boating accident, when murders by masqueraders and their allies had stopped around 2001, meaning 18 years previously, when all the evil deeds of the masqueraders and their allies were fully discovered. Paul Murdaugh felt he was untouchable with his family's connections. By the way, that incident is an example of how many people have benefited from the 5 to 6 million whites of non German descent being cremated alive and the 3 to 4 million who were medically murdered. On the average of at least 3 to 4 people may have jointly planned and carried out the murders, as in the case of Mallory Beach, with Paul Murdaugh and his 4 friends. Since about 10 million people have been murdered, this means that 30 to 40 million people have been rewarded financially as a result of these murders because they were all present when the victims were being murdered. And they may have 20 to 30 million dependents now who are also benefiting. As a result of the killings of his wife Maggie and son Paul, now everything in Alex Murdaugh's family life is being dug up. It is reported that Alex Murdaugh obtained a 4.3 million insurance settlement at the death of the family's housekeeper and nanny, Gloria Satterfield, in February 2018 after tripping over the family dog. Actually, there were 2 settlements in the case, one for $505,000, which was entered in public records, and another for $4.3 million with a different insurer, which was not placed on record and revealed to the housekeeper's sons. The sons have received hardly any of the settlement proceeds, all of which Alex Murdaugh has misappropriated. The police have now opened investigations into 2 deaths linked to the Alex Murdaugh family. First, housekeeper Gloria Satterfield death is now being investigated as a possible homicide and not an accident. The second death being investigated as a possible homicide is that of 19-year-old nursing student Stephen Smith on July 8, 2015. He was a classmate of Alex Murdaugh's son Buster Murdaugh. Smith was found dead with a head wound on a road, and the coroner ruled the death being caused by a hit-and-run collision. But when new information gathered after the killings of Paul and Maggie Murdaugh, the death is being investigated because of fresh information obtained by the police. The point I'm making here is that the masqueraders have not taken over the country yet. Though they are flexing their muscle all over again, they are being challenged in their unlawful and criminal activities. Thank you very much for watching this video. Please continue to watch my videos and read my articles on important world events, World War III watch, politics, international business, advice on health and medical problems, and much more for in-depth and insightful analysis. Please also subscribe to my YouTube channel and Facebook channels, Unmasked Truth with Harmanjeet Saini, to view and get information on the latest videos. Some people do not have the time to go through the full length of videos. They find it more convenient to read the text of the video. Unfortunately, YouTube does not provide the facility to make the text of my videos available on YouTube, but fortunately, Facebook does provide that facility. So I make the text of my videos available on my Facebook channel, which you can easily see.